Hello, welcome to MB Guns, and today we're going to be talking about the Browning Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate. So a bit of an unorthodox gun, Browning Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate. I'm going to do a little bit of an overview. So the Browning Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate, as the name suggests, is an Ultra XS Pro in a black laminate stock. Slightly different to the proper Pro Ultra XS. Well, obviously one being the wood, but there are also some other minor differences which we're going to go over and do some close-ups of. One of them is being the barrels. So the actual barrels are the same, but the finish on them is a matte finish opposed to a gloss finish like on the Pro Series guns. Could be a couple of reasons for this. One, well, I have noticed that Browning are going more to the matte finish opposed to the gloss on some of the newer models that are coming through. Not particularly sure why that is. Supposedly it's to do with glare. I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. I think it's more just an aesthetic choice. It's a bit more stealthy looking, which is more the modern look. And also the chokes, which we'll get a bit of a close-up of. The chokes are Invector-Plus Midas chokes. They're not the titanium chokes that let's say the proper XS Pro comes with. Reason for this is cost. It's a cheaper way of doing it. They don't shoot particularly any different, but you've got to understand that they still come with 8 chokes of each, but the Midas chokes are £70 a piece and the titanium chokes are nearing on £130 a piece. So that's where they've saved quite a chunk of the money, which I don't think is a particularly bad thing really, because the things with the chokes anyway, I think you do get a bit too many chokes with this gun. I mean, you get 8, which is quite a lot. I mean, you get like, one of the biggest, I say complaints, but one of the biggest things we get from people who buy this gun or the standard or the proper XS Pro is the fact they get like full, extra full, light full, a lot of tighter chokes, which in the UK not so many people use, I would say. Oh, don't get me wrong, there are people that do use tighter chokes and use them to great effect, but for, let's say, the average person, it isn't really needed. So I think probably people would rather have less chokes and probably save a bit more money, or have like double up on the more important stuff like the half, the quarter, or have some 3/8 and 5/8, something like that in the box. Just a thought, but to be honest, it's personal preference chokes anyway. Most people just stick 1/4 in it and be done with it, which we'll go for the box in a second. It does come with 1/4. The next biggest thing is the action. Again, mechanically identical, the frame's the same, it's all identical. The only major difference is the aesthetics. It's more of a brushed stainless steel with slight sort of light engraved the words Ultra XS BL and black laminate, opposed to a bit more of the scrolly work on the standard XS Pro. It doesn't particularly bother me at all. Again, it's a way of saving costs. It isn't gold inlaid, but it's almost got like a gold inlaid border, brass or whatever it is. On this it hasn't, so again, just a way of saving a bit of money. And the advantage with this gun in the market is really designed for someone who wants can't stretch the XS Pro, or doesn't want to spend that sort of money on a gun, but want the features. Because this gun does come with the weighting system. It comes with the stock and the barrel weighting system. I say system, I put a lot of emphasis on that, because it doesn't come with the weights for the gun. So you have to buy them extra. They're not that cheap either. They are ranging in the £100 for each one of the sets. So again, it's where they've saved money, because this gun does come near enough £1,000 cheaper than a standard XS Pro, so it is a big saving. But it still comes with the adjustable pad, Inflex pad system, comes with the adjustable comb system, they're exactly the same. And also the other major thing is the wood. Laminate wood is cheaper. That will be the top and tail of it. I quite like laminate wood. I know some people don't. I think so. Some people think, ooh. But I was a bit like that at first, when they brought the grey laminate out, because that was the one that came out first. But to be honest, I wouldn't say great fond of it, but I would have a laminate gun. It doesn't particularly bother me. Yes, it's not probably quite as nice as having something like a nice piece of walnut, but at the end of the day, I don't know, I quite like the laminate. Especially in the black, because you do the grey and the black at the minute. I'm sure there will be other colours eventually that'll come out. But it's tit for tat which one you prefer. I like the black laminate, to be honest. I also like the fact that in the checkering they put the Browning bookmark, Browning's emblem in it, which is quite a nice little understatement. You know, it just sets it off a little bit. Beaver tail forend as well, so this will be a bit of a welcome change from the standard grey laminate, which comes with the Schnabel, well, sporting style forend. This comes with the beaver tail forend, because when we saw the grey laminates before this gun come out, a lot of people say, oh, okay, well, you know, do you do a beaver tail in the grey laminate stock? And unfortunately they didn't, we couldn't order one. And then when they brought this out in a laminate, in the beaver tail in the laminate stock, it was a welcome change. Just spoken a little bit about the gun there, so what we're going to do now is run through the box, see what you get. This is also one of the next major changes in the between the standard Pro, XS Pro and the Ultra XS is the box. You don't get as nice a box, you get the standard 525 Sporter box, opposed to the sort of opaline lockable case that you get with the XS Pro. But again, most people just stick it in the loft. So the money you're saving out the box, which I bet it'd be a couple of £100 you're saving out the box, it's probably better in your pocket opposed to being in your loft. So we're going to go through it and just run you through all the bits that come with. This is the Browning ABS case. A very familiar sight to most people who certainly have owned Brownings in the past. Comes with all their standard Browning sporters and game guns. So standard sliding locks. They've got little holes in them like there if you want to put like a padlock in it, but the reality of it is, yeah, it's a bit of a gimmick. If you want to get into this box, you wouldn't use a padlock, just rip it apart. So the inside of the box, proof certificate, plastic. So with these, like the proper XS Pro, I say proper, the Pro model, you get cloth socks. With this you don't, you get plastic bags. So another way where they've saved a bit of money on it, but then, you know, it comes in a cheaper price, so you'd expect that. It does come with the stock bolt key, which is a nice touch, so you can take the stock off on the action, or alternatively tighten the stock onto the action. We do recommend, there's a lot of guns that come in as, I say a lot, there are guns that come in as Partex, and people say, oh, it's immaculate, and then we have a look at it's cracked, and you say, oh, why is it cracked? Well, most of the time it's down to, it's not necessarily abuse, it's because the stock isn't tight on the action. So when there's play in it, and the gun obviously shoots, or if you put it down somewhere, you've got that play, and that play just all the time is hammering the stock, and it'll just lead to a crack. So it's a nice thing that they have put one of them in the box. Bit of foam, and this is where all the magic happens. Certainly the accessories happen. So little plastic bag, little cardboard box. So we'll just run through this a little bit straight away. Book of words. Tells you about the bead system there, the high-vis system, how to change it, whatnot. Warranty booklet. No one ever reads it. That's where most of it's happening. So little cardboard box with all your bits, instead of what you got with the XS Pro is the plastic. You got two, one with the accessories, one with the chokes, little plastic boxes. You can buy them separately, but again, it doesn't really matter. The way they've saved a bit of money. So we open it up. So all the bits. So you still get the high-vis sight bead kit with this, so you can pick between all the different colours. So you've got white, red, green, the little tool to change it. Nice little feature that. The Allen keys. These Allen keys are, there's two of them. One is for the adjustable comb system, so you can slacken it off and put it where you want. And you've also got a little smaller Allen key that's designed for the trigger. So slacken it off, you can move the trigger into 3 positions. So you've got the front, middle and the back. I have mentioned in the videos that you do need to make sure that you put them in the right place and align the notches when you move in the trigger, because if you don't, you'll put the screw through the trigger block and damage it. So you have got to just be a bit careful on that. I can do a little short about that and how to adjust the trigger if people are interested, like properly adjust the trigger if people are interested. Talking of triggers, you do get spare triggers with these, so obviously you get one on the gun and you do get 2 spare, so you get 3 in total. You get you get a concave, a sort of curved one with no knurling, and you get a curved one with knurling, and you get a standard one with knurling. Nice little feature really. I don't really change the triggers, I find them a little gimmicky, but some people like different triggers, but it doesn't really bother me. I'm not entirely sure why they include this. So this is the auto safety bar. If you ever want to make the gun auto safe, yeah, game gun, I get it. I don't know why you'd want to put that on a competition sporter, but they do include it. choke key, don't lose these keys because they are they are a ton of money. So it's nice that they've actually given you the proper Browning choke key, opposed to ones like the Maroots come with, like it's literally just a piece of metal bar. These do come with the proper Browning choke key, which is a nice little touch. And then you get the Midas chokes. So these chokes aren't included on a lot of the Browning range as standard. They come with the laminates, and that's about it. They did come with some other guns in the past, but the modern range now, they only come with the laminates. So essentially they're Invector-Plus, same as the standard XS Pro, but they're just black anodised with gold rings on the top. I think they look quite nice. They are a weightier choke. They're not as light as the Invector-Plus titanium Briley ones, which come with the XS Pro. But again, you know, cheaper price point, slightly cheaper chokes. So in terms of the actual constrictions you get in all the way from a cylinder up to a full with this, same as you would with the standard XS Pro. So that wraps up the box, a bit of a rundown on the box. I think the Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate is a good way. I think it's a good direction Browning are going. They're trying to. Not everyone wants to spend near enough. An XS Pro now is knock on the door of £4,000. Now the new ones that are coming in, so a lot of people certainly who are starting their competition, let's say Journey, are not wanting to chuck that sort of money at a gun at the minute. So I think this is a nice sort of direction to take him. It'd be nice if they did the XS in a standard wood version. Yeah, like a lower grade piece of wood, admittedly, but the laminate is a bit of a Marmite thing. It's not for everyone, but I think if they did it in a standard wood, let's say a grade 2 piece of wood, I think it would sell a little bit better. A cheaper XS, like they have done with this, but in a wood, would be a good way to go. But they are going in the right direction, I think. So you've got a sort of a gun at each price point, which is a good thing. Right, that was a bit of a review of the Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate. The reason we've done this video is we did a short, like what gun we'd like to see next, and someone did suggest the Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate. We didn't have a review of it, so I thought, well, we'll give it a go. I've got a couple in stock, so I thought we'll give it a go. Right, that just wraps up the review of the Ultra XS Pro Black Laminate. Let me know in the comment section below what other gun you'd like to see, or if you have any questions about this gun, drop us a line, or an email, or a comment. Make sure you like, subscribe. That does help us out. Keeps us know lets us know we're doing the right thing. Because we don't want to just waffle, if you know what I mean. We do want to give informative information. We're not trying to, just talk for the sake of talking. So if there's a particular thing you want us to review, it doesn't have to be a shotgun. Could be within reason. Air rifles. We've got an air rifle channel, YouTube channel. So we are going to be doing a few air rifle related videos as well. So if you're an air rifle shooter, stay tuned for that. But yeah, we'll see you in the next one.